I was 4 months pregnant, but Granger's first love Scarlett shouted loudly and triggered an avalanche. She just to let me witness that Granger chose to save her in the face of the avalanche. Call Granger, quickly, you coward, dare not admit that Granger loves me more. But I ignored her provocation. I turned off my phone, wrapped myself tightly in my mountaineering clothes to keep warm, and waited for rescue silently. Just because I knew that Granger would save me, and Scarlett would die. On the day I gave birth, Granger buried me and the child under the iceberg for Scarlett, and froze to death. It's all your fault for triggering the avalanche. Otherwise, Scarlett would not have died at all. You and this child should pay the price for Scarlett's death. Granger's roar in the previous life is still ringing in my ears, and I return to the day of the avalanche. The icy snowmelt soaked through my clothes, leaving me shivering uncontrollably. The bone-chilling cold instantly jolted me out of my past life's memories. Struggling, I pulled my phone from my ski jacket, but I didn't dial my husband's number, despite him being the rescue team leader. Instead, I trembled as I dialed the public emergency number. When the rescue team arrived, the first person I saw was Granger's familiar figure. Only after he had lifted Scarlett from the snow onto the rescue stretcher did I feel safe enough to ask the others for help. Those team members thought I was causing trouble, coldly scolding me for wasting public resources. The ice and snow had nearly frozen me to the point of hypothermia, my lower body already numb. My face was frozen red, but my lips were pale and bloodless, and I even saw stars dancing before my eyes. Yet they seemed not to notice, all crowding around Scarlett. When I painfully crawled out of the snowdrift, all the warming equipment had been used on Scarlett. Granger couldn't even be bothered to glance at me, treating me like useless trash. I was shaking violently from the cold, my breathing growing weaker, and I could feel the life of my child slowly slipping away from my body. Did I end my previous life? At the very moment the avalanche struck, Scarlett and I simultaneously called Granger for help. He rushed over alone, and for the sake of the child, chose to rescue me first. However, when he returned to the snowy mountain, a second avalanche occurred, making further rescue impossible. Scarlett froze to death under the snow, her body blue and purple, barely recognizable as human. Granger not only didn't blame me, but also gently comforted me, telling me not to feel guilty for the sake of the baby. To take care of my health, he even took time off work to stay by my side constantly. But on the day I gave birth, he immediately took me and the baby to the snowy mountain where Scarlett had died. Right in front of me, he threw our child into a bottomless crevasse. Cold snowflakes splattered on his face, making his eyes appear even more indifferent. Felicity, do you know what it feels like to freeze to death? The agony Scarlett went through, I want you to experience it in every detail. Afterwards, he pushed me into the abyss with his own hands, burying me and our child in the snowy mountain. In this reincarnation, I just wanted to run far away. I never imagined he could be so cruel as to not even provide a single set of thermal equipment. My lower body was already frozen stiff, to the point where I couldn't even feel pain, only endless numbness. Blood splattered across the pristine white snow, a shockingly vivid crimson. I used my last ounce of strength to grab the nearest team member, weakly crying out a final plea. Please, save the baby, save my child. He turned to look at me, but let out a contemptuous laugh. He kicked me lightly with his foot. Felicity, I'll call you that one last time. Give it up, stop the act. I'll give you credit for coming to such high altitudes while pregnant, but the boss has already gone to rescue Scarlett. He won't see your performance, so just give up. Another team member tugged at him, eyes full of mockery. Why are you even wasting words on her? She's willing to risk her own life and her child's for a man, and try to harm others too. Women really are the most vicious. Let me tell you, you better pray Scarlett is okay. Otherwise, you'll pay dearly. I knew Granger didn't love me, but I never imagined